What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout and welcome to the third edition of Know These Rules video. Yeah, we are going over BT22 rules updates regarding Z extra cards because this is a new mechanic, plus we have added a couple of other questions. So guys, you might run into some of these situations at your regionals, so make sure to watch this video. It's gonna answer some of your questions. If we don't answer some of your questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below, and either me or someone from our community is gonna do their best to answer you. But before we begin this video, guys, two things. First off, Zenka Showdown, 23rd, 24th of September, ticket sales, and on the 17th of September, go secure your tickets. It's our event, it's gonna be awesome. And of course, huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons who buy us coffee, they keep us going, and eventually we will replace the broken table. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to our Patreon is in the description below. And yeah, that's about it. Roll the video! As with all of our videos, let's start with the breakdown. So this is the rules and interactions video focused on BT22, mainly about Z extra cards, but we have a couple of other important rules questions here. We'll be focusing exclusively on BT22, and finally we will wrap it up with a summary. Let's go! First question: how many Z extra cards can I have in play at the same time? One. You can only have one in play. So basically, if you were to play a new one, the old one would go to the drop. It's basically the same as with field cards, as with unisons. You can only have a single one, and if you play the new one, it just kind of replaces the old one. So yeah, only one Z extra card. Wow, this makes Janemba even worse. But anyways, yeah, only one of these. So yeah, make sure to remember this. Let's go to the next question. What about Z extra cards versus Mecha Freeze or Robotic Riposte? Can I switch my Z extra card to rest mode in order to pay for Robotic Riposte's Floodgate effect? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. You can switch your Z extra card to rest mode to pay for Robotic Riposte's Floodgate cost. This makes Robotic Riposte slightly worse, just slightly worse, because now every single deck gets one swing extra. So even if your opponent is completely tapped out, they still get, and they have the Z extra card in play, they still get that one swing extra, and that can mean a lot in this game. Z extra cards are played in active mode. It doesn't matter that they're just kind of horizontal. They're played in active mode, so you can switch them to rest mode, and you can do this to pay for Freeze's effect. In order to rest a Z extra card, just switch it vertically, because it enters horizontal, just switch it vertically, and that's pretty much it. What about this interaction? Z extra cards plus Son Goku Steadfast Assistance. So Son Goku has this permanent which reduces his cost by 1 for each extra card in your battle area, energy, and drop. Do Z extra cards count towards Steadfast Goku's permanent? Do you get a discount? Because they're Z extra cards. They're a bit different, right? Actually, yeah, the Z extra cards do count. They are still extra cards, so they do give a discount for Goku. It kinda balances itself. Like I've just explained, if you're playing against yellow and you're playing against Robotic Riposte and you have a Z extra card in play, you get one free swing, which is huge. But if you're playing yellow and you have a Z extra card in play, you get one discount, or one energy discount on this Goku, which is also huge. So yeah, especially because most of these Z extra cards, you're gonna play them super early and they just kinda sit there, and this is just free discount basically. So it's awesome. It's awesome. If you're planning on playing yellow, you're gonna have a very good time. I think that yellow is the big winner in this set when it comes to new rules and Z extra cards, because yeah, you kinda lose on Robotic, you lose one swing, it can suck a bit. You'll have to invest one more negate, but you get phenomenal Z extra cards. And Steadfast Assistance now costs 2 energy, like minimum. If you charge an extra card, it costs 1. There you go. Yeah, well, this is the interaction. Now, here is the tricky one. Z extra cards versus Son Goku Absolute Annihilation. This one might surprise you. Does Absolute Annihilation Goku affect Z extra cards? What is the interaction here? And the answer is no. No, he doesn't. Now, this might surprise you. This really might surprise you. Because Son Goku taxes your opponent when they want to activate extra cards. But here's the thing. Z extra cards aren't activated. They're placed into play from Z deck. Now, this might be confusing, and I'll explain how and why. The thing is like this. Normal extra cards are activated through skills. They don't have an ability to just play it. It enters the play. You know, like I pay something and there you go. They're always played through skills. It's always like activate main, activate battle, do something. And Goku like counterplay, stuff like that. And Goku taxes your opponent for playing them, from activating these skills. But Z extra cards don't do that. They just enter the play. That's a world of difference. Because you pay their cost and you place them into play. Their cost, the cost that you pay and the way that you play them is without a skill. And that's why Goku can't activate them. You just place them into play. I hope that I have managed to explain this properly. Yeah, it can be a bit confusing, but this is why the card just doesn't work against Z extra cards. We also have a new swap rule. Now this one is a bit older. Yeah, I said BT22 exclusive, but I just kind of remembered this. Swap recently got a rule change, and this might be important for you if you don't know about it and you're playing Frieza Swap or you're playing against Frieza Swap. Also because we have mentioned this one in the previous video when the ruling was different. Can I still play a card which is different than the one revealed? No, you can't. This is the rule change. So before, Swap worked in a way where you activate it, you reveal a legal target. Let's say 1 cost Frieza has Swap free. So you reveal this 3 cost Frieza. You say like, okay, I have a legal target. You put the 1 cost back into your hand, and then you ask your opponent any counters. And then if they decide to say like counterplay, you can actually choose not to play this one, but to play the one with deflect instead. So you can legally lie, basically. That's what the old rule was, and it made Swap Frieza so much better. However, you can't do this anymore. So now when you reveal a legal target, if you wish to swap into it, you can still choose not to swap into it, but then you're not swapping into anything. So you put your 1 cost in your hand and then you choose, I'm A, gonna play the one that I have revealed, or B, I'm not gonna play anything. It's just important that you have A legal target, and B, that you know that this is the target that you have to play if you have revealed it and you chose to play a card. So yeah, I think poor Frieza Swap. Poor Frieza Swap, that's what I think. Like, I love this deck, I have it built and it's super enjoyable, but this is just... I'm sorry, Frieza Swap. The deck is still okay. The rule change is a bit... yeah. Let's jump back into BT22. So, Hedo versus Frieza. Now, I believe that this is a very important one. Most people know this ruling, but there are always new players and always players who haven't ran into such a situation, which is why we're answering this question here. So, you will likely run into this because A, Hedo is amazing, and B, Golden Frieza is better. And everyone's just gonna play Golden Frieza. If you play yellow, you're playing Golden Frieza. So you will run into this, and that's why this is important to know. Can you switch your gammas with barrier, cause Hedo gives them barrier during your turn, to rest mode to pay for a boss floodgate effect, the one where you have to rest cards? No, you can't. You just can't. Here is how and why. It might be a bit confusing if you've never ran into this before, but Robotics Auto is an opponent skill, which says that you choose a card that you're gonna switch to rest mode, right? And Barrier protects cards from your opponent's skill, specifically from choosing. So when you want to swing, Frieza's Auto goes into action again at each of your swings. It's constantly in action, but let's say that it goes into action with every swing, right? And then it says like, okay, Frieza says, targets you and says you have to do something, and then you have to choose a card, but because you're choosing it under Frieza's effect, it is still your opponent's effect, so you can't choose your cards with barrier, because cards with barrier can be chosen by your opponent's effects. Ergo, you can't switch them to rest mode to pay for your opponent's effect. It's weird. It's very weird. If you're confused and you ran into this for the first time, yes, it is weird, but trust me, it makes some very strange sense. And this is how you do it. So yeah, you can't choose your own barrier cards to pay for your opponent's floodgate skills, unfortunately. And the last one, which you should know, SS3 Goku combo. Does Goku's permanent, which reduces his combo cost by 1, reduce his combo cost while he is in your hand? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It only works when he is in play. His permanent is only activated when he is in play. Now, a good way to go about this, like a good rule of thumb, is this. Cards which have a permanent that reduces their cost in hand usually say so. Like Robotic Riposte, because we have gone over this card 1,000 times. So cards which have a permanent, which says, hey, reduce this cost by X, let's say by 1 for each extra card, for example, or for each energy. Reduce its cost in your hand for each blah blah blah. The effect is on when the card is in hand. But Goku just says that if your leader is Saiyan, you get to reduce his cost. So like if your leader is a blue or yellow Saiyan. However, because it doesn't say in hand, this permanent doesn't exist until he enters play. So once he enters play, then the permanent is online, and then you can just combo with him from your battle area for free and give something plus 5k. So yeah, this is how Goku works. Before we wrap up the video, let's quickly jump into the summary. Now you should be prepared for some scenarios which might occur at the upcoming regionals. We're gonna have a couple of regionals. This competitive season isn't gonna be the longest one, but we will have a couple of regional events, and it's always good to know this. Plus, some of these decks will go into other regional events and stuff. Like the extra cards will be around for the next couple of sets, and it's always good to know these rules. Although we have answered a lot of questions today, there are likely still a lot of unanswered questions left. So feel free to post them in the comment section below, or better yet, go check out the Judge Discord and ask there. It's a great resource, it's open to everyone, go and use it. Link to the Discord is in the description below. And yeah, I believe that's everything. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. Did you find these answers useful? Because to me, it's always a victory when someone, at least one person, finds them useful. Because Dragon Ball is a confusing game. It's a very confusing game. Like, you probably didn't know about at least one of these. So it's always good to inform others on rules so that we can all together have a more smooth gameplay experience, which is why I encourage each and every one of you to answer your peers' questions in the comments below. Because, you know, sometimes people just don't know some things, and that's fine. We always learn something new. So guys, Let me know in the comments below, was this video useful for you, and please, I encourage you to help anyone else in the comments who has questions about rulings. And while you're still here, please share the video, hit those like and subscribe buttons, help us grow, help us reach 3,000 subs, and then I'm gonna give away a booster box. This has been Damien from The Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.